It's actually the same shape as your sacrum. And you have a bump. See that bump right there? And that bump is actually going to go right underneath the tip of the coccyx bone. So you want this piece below the coccyx bone. Okay? Okay. Now you want to make sure that this is straight, even though their sacrum probably isn't. All right, so what I'd like you to do is if you could roll to your side. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm just locating the sacroiliac joints to find my spot. And I'm going to give her some, you tell me, because I'm not sure, but do we have that underneath your sacrum bone? I mean, your coccyx?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so what I want you to do is put your hand there, because now she feels where it goes, and I'm going to have her roll onto it. That way she can adjust it. You want it to be comfortable for your client.
Yes, no, it's a little different.
Yeah, so you want it to be comfortable.
I think it's good.
Okay. Now, if your client had slacks on, then you could.
I haven't heard slacks in so long.
I love to say slacks. All right, so I'm going to wrap up her skirt so I can look. Yep. So I want to be able to see the end of the pink thing sticking out as she's laying on the table, and that's going to tell me that it's at the tip of the coccyx bone. Okay. Now, now that I got everybody, it's so funny. I'm going to adjust her skirt because I want you to bend your knees and put your feet flat on the table. Excellent. Now, I'm one of these people that really enjoy climbing up on the table with my clients. If you do that, what you want to do is there's a couple things that we can do. I can push her knees up a little bit, and I'm creating a different level of pressure on the sacral wedgie. You notice that? Okay, and now this is a little bit of tie. I'm going to do an alternating pushing into the knee very gently. Give an awareness of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost not visible to you. So the client feels it, right? Okay, now you can do that for a couple minutes. You don't have to do it like all day long. And I can also take one of her legs. I'll get off the table as much as I love being up here. And I can give it a little bit of a, just lifting up a little bit and just crossing it over a little bit. Remember, just rocking gently. Is that comfortable enough?
Mm-hmm.
And then I can bring that down. And I can take this knee up. Do you have anything on your
Yes, I do.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're not like flashing to the camera. Okay, and I'm bringing this up and I'm just rocking a little bit to the right. So as I'm doing this, I'm bringing the shoulder up to that knee. Okay, and now I can bring her feet down, and I can just take her heels and do a little bit of a gentle rocking back and forth, just holding her heels. Is that comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
And now, little bonus for you, if I haven't shared this with you already, if you go along the spine of the foot, and please make sure you know where the spine of the foot is. I'm going to zoom in on this later. Where you have almost like a square on the foot, that's your spine. And if you go right above the heel, you're actually starting at the sacrum. And these little points all reflex to the spine. And going along this can give you some good information as to where there is tension in the spine. If you feel it in the foot, chances are it's in the spine. Go right up to the ball of the foot, and then you can actually go right on top of that all the way up to the big toe, where you start to reflex to the neck. And then if you want to go a little bit higher, you're going into the pituitary gland at the tip of the big toe. These are reflexes. That's your polarity. Now let's check and see how her leg length is doing. She looks amazing. But I love to do this along the spine of the foot in just about every session. All right. Now, so far so good. Or do you want me to stop and have you okay. Is everybody good? Okay. All right, so I'm going to have you now you can leave your client on this sacral wedgie, but if you do, I would check in with them in about 10, 20 minutes and say, how's that feeling? Do you want to take it out at this point? Because it's easy to forget you put it in there. Then you go about doing all your other work. You go to flip them over. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. They're still on that sacral wedgie. Okay, so go ahead and roll that way and I'll pull it out.
I find though I forget it's there when I'm on it. If it's, if you're getting worked on, and then you flip over, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot was it. But you adjust because you're,
Yeah, your sacrum, the way that this is actually working, for those of you who don't know, it was designed by a football coach and a chiropractor. And the football coach, because of all the injuries that the team players used to have, he used to take his hand and put it underneath the sacrum, and he would do a sacral adjustment. And then they invented this so that he would save his hand and he didn't have to do it anymore. Okay, and that was a commercial for sacral wedgies. You can buy those online at our store, crystalawaken.com.
Not Amazon.
Again, revenue streams. Thinking, right? Okay, now you can turn over.
Well, as bad as that's all I'm going to say on that.
That's all I'm going to say. That's like sending your clients to,
I know.
not somebody else because, you know what to do, but you didn't do it.
Well, I've already done that too, so I can't say anything there.
Oh, I'm so tempted. I could teach you all day long. Okay.
Quick question. So say when they're doing this, somebody's got a really raised up erector muscle on one side. Would you stay just longer or is there?
Not necessarily.
I tend to see a lot of jacked up one side.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
So what I do, and I've been trying to refrain from teaching you different things, but when I see that, the S's that we're about to do are very helpful.
Okay.
Because that releases stagnant energy, and actually I'm going to stick to not teaching you the other thing that I want to teach you, because this side, and this is the side where her short leg was, is actually higher than this side. Because it's more tense. So now when I go to do the S curves, and again, this is to release spastic tissue. And Sheila, I will go ahead and look at your questions in a minute. I think that's you. Okay, I'll be over in a minute. Okay, now, what I want to do is right next to the spine, in the lamina groove, I am going to press my thumb in, and I'm going to push it towards me, and then I'm going to take my other thumb, and I'm going to create an S. So my left hand is pushing towards that side of the room, and my other thumb is pushing towards this side. And now when I do that, I get that tension created, and then it's a release. You see that? It's a quick release. Okay, it like springs back.
How are you knowing when to spring?
Because I'm following the energy and the tension. So once if you took an elastic and you stretched it out as far as it can go and then you wanted to snap it back, you knew when to snap it back.
Okay.
You didn't just keep holding it out.
Until it breaks. Yeah. Some interesting stuff.
Ooh, I do like that. And you can go as high as you want, and that's as high as I'm going to go there. And now we're going to go to the other side. And I'm just going to walk to the other side of the table. So, you know, my hands, just do what's comfortable for you because my left hand is automatically going to be below my right. Leah, are you able to follow what I'm doing exactly?
No, I might need to watch the hands. I mean, I have an idea.
Yeah. All right. Okay, one last little trick because I feel like I might as well show you this. What you can do is go back to that laminar groove. And this is actually a little bit of tie, but you're going to open up send lines. So these are also energy lines. So you start to really get the spine breathing. Take your thumb into the laminar groove and just push out. And I want you to get into more of a, see my body rocking? That's a rhythm. Because when you get to the spine, I mean, there's so many things that you can do. And for those of you, you know, Ashley, you don't have massage, so these are great techniques for you. You could do these when somebody wants to get a chair massage. And now take your full hand and use the heel of your hand to continue that rocking. Nice deep pressure in the laminar groove. That'll be both sides. Everybody likes that. And so what I'm noticing is there's a lot of holding on her left side for whatever reason. But that's great information for me energetically when I go to do the clearing.
So so you say, okay, it's great, but what are you going to do when you go to do
I
the
don't
clearing?
know yet. I'm going to find out when I get in the energy of it. I'm going to say, I wonder what that is.
Well, I didn't know something popped in like right away as you're like, oh,
No, it's
let's
kind
do
of like
this.
this. What's it going to take to have $500,000 in the bank? What's it going to take to clear this? And I'm going to just communicate with the universe, right?
Yeah.
Then we'll let them tell me.
I didn't know if it already told you. That's what I was thinking. Like, when is the
Oh.
person going to come?
I'm talking to you, but I do know that she's holding something. And I could tune into it right now if I wanted to.
No, I know it's hard. I just didn't know if you logically, which I wouldn't think it
No
would.
logic.
There is no logic. So I'm like, well, you know, oh, this is here. I need to check this. You know, like I need to check her heart or something. You know, and that's what I was curious.
Okay, yes, before I teach you everything else, that's enough for now. Okay, all right, so we got a little extra piece today, and I just want to talk about that a little bit, and all that was a little bit of tie, right? I'm going to review all of this so that you can just see it one more time, and I'll go right from the beginning. 1, finding the tension in the hip, pushing your thumb into that tension, nice elbow. Coming the energy from your foot all the way up your hip and all the way to your shoulder and then down through your elbow, follow the breath. At the same time, you're holding that tension point on the hip for release. Follow the breath. That's what this is about. The next thing that we did was called the S curves. You're going to go right into the laminar groove, and you are making a contact that is pushing against the resistance of the muscle. So it's this way. And as you do that, you're getting to the full place of tension, then you release. See how fast it is? Release. I think that was exaggerated enough. And then you're going to go thumbs into the laminar groove, and then a nice rocking. You rock your body, alternating pressure with your thumb all the way up the spine. And then as you can come back down, and then you're going to use your palms of your hand. Push, push, push. And I'm being a little more dramatic here. You wouldn't have to do this in an actual session. But nice rocking with your body, and that's it. And that could all be along with, if you have the sacrum, adjusting your sacrum, your back star, your spinal rock. Did I teach you heel adjustments at all?
No.
Oh, we're going to have to go on for life. Okay. And that's it for now. Okay. All right.
Great.
Just because it's nice to have these things. So if you wanted to open up this, did you say this hip is the one that holds?
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to open up that hip, I'm going to do this, right?
Okay.
And I can feel where it holds right when I get to like here.
Yeah.
She's like,
It's making a popping sound.
she's like, no. All right, now I can actually go back in the other direction too. And here's where you want to use your whole body. But just really tune into what are you feeling in the hip. Now, if I want to get her to release this a little bit, I can actually take this foot and place it right over here.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to take this knee and this left hand on the shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to push it towards her shoulder. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Another little secret that I could do is I could take my elbow
Mm.
and go right into her hip. How's that?
I'm a pretzel, but I'm good.
And then you can take this and you can start to rotate it in the direction towards the wall here.
Yeah.
And this time, and now I can press down on the knee and the hip. And if I want to open this up even more, I can just start to roll. These are bonus pieces.
Yeah.
No, there will be no notes. But I figured I'd give you a couple little pieces to play with.
Okay.
Okay? And so now where are you at? Flip them over.
All right.
How's that hip feel?
Feels good.
Yeah, you're nice. It
Now
just
get loose.
well, it opens her up a little bit more, those big joints. Right?
I hear.
Yeah, we'll do the up first. All right, so this piece here is, we're going to use our fire finger in our right hand. Left hand is the air finger, and this is the one that we're going along the jaw. Remember that the jaw reflexes to the perineum and starts to release the energy. And it also reflexes to your diaphragm muscles right here. This is the neuter pole, or also called the neutral pole. Okay, so let's just quick, I'm just going to do a quick demonstration using the center of her head. This is going to be on the right side, starting right outside of the ether on air line and right underneath the mandible on the jaw itself. 4 points, you're going air, fire, water, earth. And then you're going to take your fingers, all four, and you're going to hook them under. And this is just a gentle, more energetic stretch. And that's it. Remember, doing a demo like this is going to look a lot faster than I would typically work. Let me crawl on the table. And now this piece here, both of these pieces are great before and after the perineal work, the deep work where you're going along the ischium. You're going to be doing basically the same thing as the jaw because you're working from the air, fire, water, earth out. This work can actually be done right hand below and left hand on the opposite side. See that? Or same side. So I'm going to demonstrate both, and you're just sending the energy right up through the long lines. And remember, you're going right along, you know, the fold where the glute folds. And remember, Dr. Stone said everything around, you know, tightening and strengthening that helps us with overall good health.